Alien invasion, misunderstandings of Earth's culture from an extraterrestrial perspective. Aliens have long occupied a significant space in human imaginations, as seen in folklore, fiction, and film. While depictions typically focus on the technological superiority of these extraterrestrial visitors and potential threats they pose, few delve into a more subtle and perhaps equally consequential dimension of such an encounter: cultural misunderstandings. What if aliens, with their advanced interstellar capabilities, visited Earth only to be utterly baffled by human behavior, rituals, and social norms? To begin, consider the vastness of the universe and its potential for diverse life forms. On Earth alone, cultural misunderstandings occur frequently among various human societies, even with a shared biological and evolutionary history. Thus, when imagining an interspecies interaction between humans and extraterrestrial beings, the scope for misinterpretation is vast. Imagine a scenario where these aliens, let's call them Zogians, land on Earth. The Zogians, coming from a planet where communication is primarily through color changes in their skin, struggle to understand the myriad of human languages and the nuances they carry. They might perceive a handshake or a hug, universal human gestures of goodwill, as acts of aggression or dominance. A nod, simple for humans to interpret, could be a source of deep confusion for the Zogians. As on their planet, a similar movement could signify a challenge or confrontation. Further delving into daily human routines, activities as mundane as eating and sleeping might perplex our visitors. On Zog, suppose beings absorb nutrients from the atmosphere and recharge through photosynthesis. The sight of humans consuming solid food and lying dormant for hours would be puzzling, if not outright alarming. They might conclude that humans have a bizarre ritual of inserting foreign objects into their bodies and periodically entering a state of paralysis. Cultural events, meant to be celebrations of human history, art, and achievements, could lead to further misconceptions. Imagine the Zogians observing the spectacle of a fireworks display on New Year's Eve. On Zog, bright explosive lights in the sky could be a sign of distress or war. Misinterpreting this as a hostile act, they might believe that different human factions are at war, or worse, that the display is an aggressive demonstration for their benefit. Art, too, would be a source of profound confusion. The Zogians, in a world where practicality reigns supreme, and every creation has a utilitarian purpose, might try to decipher the function of the Mona Lisa or the Eiffel Tower. They may misinterpret theaters as places of religious worship, given the collective attention focused on a single point. Similarly, they might view sports events under the assumption of ritualized combat, especially in contact sports like football or wrestling. The complexity of human emotions and their representation could further baffle the Zogians. Coming from a culture where reproduction is perhaps a clinical, emotion-free process, the ideas of love, romance, and even familial bonds could be alien to them. They might wonder why humans produce auditory vibrations, songs, about their emotional states and why others gather to hear these expressions. While these misunderstandings would undoubtedly pose challenges, they also offer opportunities. Such an encounter would emphasize the need for intercultural and interspecies empathy. Just as international diplomats on Earth engage in cultural education to prevent misunderstandings, human ambassadors would need to develop a means of educating the Zogians about Earth's diverse cultures. The potential for mutual enrichment is boundless. While humans introduce the Zogians to the world of art, emotion, and cultural rituals, the Zogians might introduce humans to new forms of communication, understanding, and perhaps even ways of perceiving the universe. In decoding each other's behaviors, both species might unlock aspects of their own cultures and histories previously taken for granted. In conclusion, an alien invasion, rather than being merely an event of technological awe or fear, could be a profound cultural exchange. The misunderstandings stemming from such an interaction underline the richness of human culture and highlight the challenges and opportunities of intercultural communication. Instead of focusing solely on potential threats from beyond our planet, perhaps we should also contemplate the vast possibilities for growth, understanding, and mutual learning that such an encounter could bring.